5 seconds remaining. Dire team.
Damn, they got me again with their slow drafts. Guys, welcome back to the Summit 8 SA qualifiers. Elite Wolves will take on Mad Kings here in the second game. After like 10 years of patching, we are, like 40 minutes off the schedule. Whatever, that's fine. As long as the games are good, here's hoping. I'm Mike Lars, going to be your caster for this game. Saw a pretty sick Beastmaster in game 1. And now it's why we see Beastmaster that's going to be banned out here. We have a lot of repeat heroes going to be, well, I guess not repeat heroes, but heroes from game 1 that are going to be taking out Night Stalker, as well as that Jakiro. Big problem heroes there. Still, of course, you got to watch out for Beastmaster and Brew. I think those are probably some of the best offlane heroes in the patch. Still looking at for your 4 position heroes, you may not be able to get a Night Stalker, but still Terrorblade, still not Terrorblade, Jesus, Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker and Terrorblade are not the same hero, turns out. Still Spirit Breaker, and yeah, he's a pretty big powerhouse. Enchantress was banned out, although these SA teams aren't really huge on the whole Enchantress type play, Chen type play. Seeing it very, very rarely, so I'm not really sure how likely that is. I think actually the only time I've seen Enchantress was in the mid lane, which is weird. So, I don't know. We'll see either way. Enchantress is going to be banned out against Spirit Breaker. Probably, as far as 4 positions go, one of the better ones to pick up. But Lich was banned out last time. He's going to be picked up this time. Hero definitely has gotten hit pretty hard in this new patch because the experience in the creep wave is a little bit more evenly spread out. It's not all focused in the range creep. Still, it's going to be a nice little defensive hero for the Elite Wolves side. Lich is not an offensive hero. His nuking power is usually not leveled up, and you may be able to get a Chain Frost from time to time, but it is far, far, far from dependable. And now that there's an Undying on the field for Mad Kings, they're going to run that one back for themselves. It's just offensive power Undying versus defensive power of Lich. Usually Undying's going to have a slightly better time. The experience can hurt an Undying lane. Again, we saw Undying going up against a tri-lane in the last game, a full 3v3 lane. That's really where Undying's at his strongest. If he is going to be going 3 heroes into 2, and if one of those 2 heroes is a Lich, then Undying really needs to get kills. Otherwise, the experience cut is going to hurt him a lot. The hero doesn't get gold. He really only gets experience. That's really all he needs, but usually if you're up against a Lich, you're not going to be getting much of that either. So Mad Kings do have their hero from Mogre. Could just be getting another little basic disabler. Rubik, perhaps, a nice safe one, although Shadow Shaman is not too bad either. Immediate response is the Doom. Okay. Well, Shadow Shaman is a little bit more pushy than the Lion that we saw in the last game. It's still a very clunky hero to have in the lane, because you channel most of your abilities, so yeah, you take the enemy out of commission, but you also take yourself out of commission. With an Undying, with one more somewhat decent right-click hero like a Luna, you can definitely get those kills depending on the lanes, but currently we don't know what the lanes are going to be. They should be expecting a Doom right now to be going towards that off lane, maybe Doom Lich. The Doom Lich combo is certainly very potent. Again, not really offensively. The Lich kind of just covers the big weakness of the Doom, and the fact that he has a massive health pool, but really low armor. Put some ice armor on him, and suddenly, hey, he has a little bit of armor, so you can make use of your durability, just run at the opposition with that Scorched Earth turned on, and you can really do some serious damage there with this combo. I do think Doom is... I kind of like Doom as a little bit of a later pick. Definitely need to scope out the field to get an ideal Doom game, because right now, like, if you do an Undying, yeah, I mean, Undying's going to be not too happy about that, but it's not going to be the end of the team fight for Mad Kings. They can certainly just bring something together without that hero, and Shadow Shaman is very much so the same, so I'm not really a huge fan of Doom in the first phase, but it really does depend on how the lanes are going to shake out. The Puck being banned out, Bloodseeker, and Gyrocopter. A lot of Gyrocopter experimentation going on for certain teams. As powerful as he is, I do feel like, again, we're having a lot of disrespect here for the Viper. Just no one wants to pick up the Viper early, and Viper's not a hero anymore that you can, that you have to wait to pick up. You just slam first pick him, and you'll probably be fine. Mad Kings, Nada, they just got done playing that, and it's not going to be a Viper. That is definitely not a Viper. That's a Monkey King. Immediate response is going to be a Coddle. Elite Wolf support crew is incredibly soft. This is not an offensive set of heroes, Coddle and Lich. They do not do all that much in a fight. And going up against an Undying, going up against Monkey King, who can be played pretty aggressively if the enemies can't kind of meet him head on, is going to be pretty troublesome for the Elite Wolves side. Now, the Blinding Light is going to be quite nice up against the Monkey King, being able to counter push the wave up against a Shadow Shaman, a team that may be going for a little bit of extra push. It is very nice as well. But Elite Wolves are not looking to play a very fast game. They want to take this very, very slowly, play the map control game, play the slow, grindy lead game. Again, you deny the experience from the enemies, you get gold for yourself from the Doom. You're going to be pretty happy if you just play that slow, grindy style. And it's up to Mad Kings at that point to kind of play aggressively enough to kind of break this. A late game Shadow Shaman is pretty potent. You really don't want to be going towards late game as the Undying, though. Monkey King is pretty good in the late game, so you can probably still be okay with that. But for Mad Kings, yeah, that's kind of the downside of picking up your supports, Shadow Shaman, Undying. Undying can certainly do a lot of damage versus Coddle and the Lich, but doesn't really have that same punch that a hero like Spirit Breaker would have, like Earth Spirit would have, as far as actually killing off these two heroes. You need a Shadow Shaman to land a Shackles, and if you do land it, yeah, it's a lot of damage on a Coddle and Lich, very soft heroes, but not a guarantee. Mad Kings will go for Batrider as their fourth, and trying to stay very Doom-proof. Batrider is a hero that's very front-loaded in his approach to these fights. You jump in and lasso, and after that, if you're doomed, you don't care because you already jumped in and lassoed and at least theoretically killed off your opponent. Let's move this up a little bit so you guys can actually see the yellow tick of victory from Mad Kings. They are up a game. So Mad Kings will have their initiation. Sword played a really nice Beastmaster in the last game, Batrider this time. And, well, Phantom Lancer for Elite Wolves. Mad Kings don't have a ton of AoE to deal with this PL, so that's a good situation for Phantom Lancer to be in. May see another Battle Fury come out from the Monkey King to try to handle that PL at least as much as he can. The downside, though, is that even though PL Coddle is quite a nice combo, you're going up against an Undying, and Phantom Lancer is paper. He's actually paper. Like, he looks like a Smurf. That's a lie. He's actually just a paper sculpture. Taking out his strength, just shocking him afterwards, like, just small amounts of poke damage here and there can absolutely destroy a PL. And at that point, it's like, they don't really care if you have infinite mana, because you're dead. So this is certainly a dangerous spot to be a Phantom Lancer in lane. If they can somehow guarantee their lane, fix it so that the Phantom Lancer does not go up against an Undying, I'm not really sure how Elite Wolves do that with their supports, then they should be okay. Phantom Lancer has a pretty good spam up against the Batrider, already has a lot of mana thanks to the Coddle, and if you're going up against Batrider, you'll have a Magic Wand for mana as well. Works out pretty well for the team. But yeah, I'm not really sure if they can guarantee this Phantom Lancer. Still going to be that late game angle here for Elite Wolves. Viper will be taken out. But I'm concerned that Elite Wolves are just going to get run over early on. And they have counter push from the Coddle, but with this Batrider, that's not even a guarantee. They definitely, it seems like they need someone who can get active very early on from the mid lane. And who's that going to actually be here? Razor? If you pick a Razor, you're going to have a pretty good matchup up against the Monkey King, and that is quite nice. But if your Razor doesn't have a good lane, because Elite Wolves have to show off their mid lane first, then nothing is going to go right. You invest your last pick into a hero that just has no way of coming back into the game, regardless of how long the game is actually going to last. The Ember Spirit will be banned out. Of course, Viper taking a hit as well. Elite Wolves, they lack initiation. They don't have the most stuns. They will have to play really, really well in this game in order to battle back. I so far favor Mad King's lineup quite a bit. Now, we have seen teams, probably Liquid most notably, hit those perfect timings on the Coddle and then just are able to make these devastating Doom pushes. Not Doom pushes, but actually pushes where you can actually just straight kill the enemy. It doesn't seem like that's going to be incredibly easy in this game for Elite Wolves, considering they don't really have timing-based heroes. They just have, steady, slow, farming-based heroes. How good is Tinker here? Tinker's not that good up against Batrider. That's really hard to play. And they could go for like a Death Prophet and try to get a little bit more action in the early phase. I do really like Death Prophet in this patch. I've been impressed with her every single time I've seen her. Seen a couple of teams mix in Zeus. A heavy nuking hero like that is high risk, high reward for sure. But at this point, I don't really know if there's a safe pick for the Elite Wolves side. Like, they can go for a Lina, I don't think I've seen that hero a single time yet. TA is not terrible here for Elite Wolves. Shadow Fiend is pretty bad. Probably don't want to be doing that. I don't know, like a mid lane Broodmother. We have seen Broodmother go towards the mid lane. That's definitely a thing that we have seen. I don't know if Elite Wolves can do that, though. I don't know if they have practice enough. They're running out of time. There we go. What is it? Show it to me. You what, mate? What the hell is going on? Is this a mid IO? There was definitely some talk of mid IO, and then Mad King's pick up Medusa. Love this pick. Really, really nice up against the Phantom Lancer. If you do pick up the Aghanim Scepter, you just take out all of his illusions. Though you're going up against Mana Leak. Maybe I don't love this pick all that much. Okay, what do we got? We got Chesed playing the... It's an off-lane Lich. It's going to be a regular support IO with a Coddle, who is also going to be, you know, supporty. And then an off-lane Lich. It's a core Lich. Is that actually a thing nowadays? Does core Lich exist? Alright, so maybe I said I love this Medusa pick a little bit too early. The Medusa is going to go up against a lot of troublesome things. The fact that it's going up against the Mana Break, eventually, of Mana Burn, I would assume. Of course, that Keeper of the Light has the leak and pushback with the Blinding Light. So you lose a lot of mana, and of course, you're hit with the Blinding Light, so you can't hit worth a damn either. This does seem like a game, though, where Medusa, even though she normally is considered one of these really, really heavy late-game heroes, if Nada has an at all mediocre time, then they could actually kind of use Medusa as a siege engine and just try to play aggressively with her. It is very rarely seen. Oh my god, stop the pauses. I hate everyone who presses that pause button. Everyone. No exception whatsoever. Everyone sucks whenever they press pause. But yeah, it is going to come down to these lanes, and it doesn't look like they're actually going to swap up their roles at all. We have... this guy's different. This guy's different. Someone left and got a new person here. Wait. Okay, Chesed was the 4 position last time. He was the Night Stalker, so it's not a core Lich. I'm crazy. Wu was support as well. So it's a core Coddle. Does core Coddle exist? I mean, shit, man. I'm not the most experienced in this patch. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know this patch like the back of my hand. This isn't 0.06 or whatever the last patch was. But does core Coddle actually exist in this patch? The downside of... Oh, let's talk about why Coddle played as a... God, stop pausing! Let's talk about why Coddle is good, right? Because Coddle, if you do get core amounts of farm, get a faster Aghanim Scepter, and then you could really make those really aggressive timing plays. And with this IO now, you have, like, sick amounts of healing value. It's pretty silly. But that's about it. That's the only reason why Coddle core is good. He's soft. He's very soft. Is there, like, some sort of damage talent that I'm not aware of? Nope, these are all supporty-based talents. Okay. No, is it? That's a mid... That boy is a mid Coddle? Okay, I'm not gonna guess. I'm not gonna guess. I have no idea what's going on, so let's just look at Mad Kings, because I do know what's going on here. You got Bat Rider, played by Sword. Nada's gonna be handling the Medusa over in the mid lane. Already we got Sladin on the roam as that kind of clunky, kind of slow Shadow Shaman, though he does have boots first. Moger is going to be playing the Undying, and up towards top lane again we have the Monk King XD. Right? No, it's Liangi. Is that the same person? I don't know. I have no way of finding out. We got just a revolving door of freaking stand-ins in this game. Tomoki is playing the Doom. Got Sonic, the new guy, playing the Coddle. Chesed is on the Lich. And over in bottom, Atun is on the Phantom Lancer, and Wu is on the Io. Alright, what do we got? Holy crap. We are forging some serious metagame now, because the Coddle is going to be played mid versus Medusa. And, well, Coddle's base damage, you can see, is crap. Like, this is actually poop. Medusa's isn't that much better. This is, I have actually never seen this matchup before, guys. Never. And usually when people say like, oh, I've never seen that before, when casters say that, they mean, I've never seen that before in a pro game. This I have literally never seen before, not in any sort of pub game, never in like an APEM Dota 1 game. This matchup has never happened before, at least not that I've seen. Although I would imagine the Medusa should be doing okay there just to CS. The Coddle is just going to shove this. That's all he really wants to do is just spam the creep wave and force Medusa to last hit under her tower. If Medusa was a better mid laner, one with a little bit more kind of preference for control, like a Viper type hero, this could be just an easily stompable lane for Mad Kings, or even like a Lina with a little bit of kill power. But Medusa really isn't that type of mid hero. That's not what she does. She just slowly sits back and farms it. So this is actually going to work out pretty well. There should be very little pressure here on the Coddle. And with the constant blasts, he's just going to be racking up the cash. I gotta say, as weird as this shit is, I think this is actually going to work out pretty decently. Unless, of course, Sladin and Mogre come in which case the Coddle is just going to get his face smashed in, and that's not fun for anyone. But hey, this is exactly what the point is. Just blast it, man. You can handle the lane, but I'm still not convinced that the payoff is there. And by that I mean, yeah, good job, you're getting CS. Now what? Like, what are you actually going to do with that CS? There's no, like, pseudos. Oh my god. Somebody get me a gun so I can kill myself. These pauses are pissing me off so badly. There's no, like, new item that makes Coddle, like, an absolute beast, I don't think. It's all kind of, like, you're not gonna, nah. This is an item that you can buy if they want to lose. God, Meteor Hammer is such a disappointment. I'm pretty sure he just goes for Ags. Like, you just go 4 staff Ags, and then that's it. I don't know. Let's look at these other lanes, though. Monkey King is going to be solo lane versus 2, including that Lich. And mentioned in the last game, Monkey King really doesn't like being in tri-lanes because he wants experience. This isn't that much better because he's not getting a lot of experience. Also, going up against Doom naturally is a rough matchup for the Monkey King. Even though he may have that Jingu, actually landing 4 hits on the Doom and then landing additional hits afterwards is really, really tough. So this is going to be a little bit of a tough lane here for the Monkey King, but he's just going to bounce out. He's like, F this lane, I'm out of here, boys. I'm going to roam all the way towards mid. Well, where are you going, man? What is happening? He's jungling, right? No, he's just lane swapping with the Bat Rider? He'll eventually get somewhere. Till then, there's a free off lane for the Doom, so he's as happy as a Doom can be. I mean, I don't blame him for wanting to be out of that lane, but man, you got a TP scroll for free. You might as well freaking use it. Alright, let's see how well this Coddle fares up against this gank. Because he has no way of protecting himself versus Shackles, except for the fact that he is mad quick. 425 movement speed is no joke. Tranquil's, of course, helping out a lot there, but Coddle just naturally has some serious Nikes on. Looks like ganking him with the Shadow Shaman, at least not with a rune. Not really viable right now. Mogre still just decaying this bottom lane. Attune, though, still not having the cleanest lane in the world, is getting an okay amount of CS. And now Tomoki is going to leave the Lich to his own devices and roam out. Sladin is just going to run into the Doom and then just get barbecued. That's not where you want to be, Sladin. He's dead to someone here. Just stand still and give up. Yeah, that seems about right. Sladin down. Up on top lane, though, Shesid is going to be forced to TP going towards mid. Nope, canceled. Okay, that was just a debate. Nice little rotation from the Doom. You usually don't get that much action early on, but they are going to make a pretty big lane swap up here, as Attune is just going to run back up towards top. They still have the Doom in the safe lane going up against the Monkey King, and that's great and everything, but Monkey King with just one of these heroes, right now it's obviously both, is going to have a much better time. Just shackle Doom, and you could actually do stuff with the Jingu Mastery stacks that you get. So, yeah. Oh, Kaya. Kaya is also an item, but I'm pretty sure that's trash on the Coddle. Good, he agrees with me. You just go Ags. You just go Ags. Guys, we're writing the book here on mid Coddle. Like, this is actually the first time. No one's ever done that before in the history of Dota. Attune is going to get shocked for like 0 damage. It's an arcane ring, so it doesn't really matter all that much. So far, though, mid lane, there's a lot of farm. Everyone else is really hurting. Attune's hurting quite a bit for farm as well. And oh, Doom's stuck in a corner right now. Sword does have 2 stacks of napalm. Is going to start with the Firefly, but the IO does come in. With the bottle there, it's going to be really tough for them to kill the Doom. They're going to try to go for the Phantom Lancer instead. Drop him pretty low with the wand charges. He'll be just fine. Sliding now, just going to be wrapped around Bon and just destroyed. Attune's going to take quite a bit of damage here, but not enough. As Shesid's now here, why is the Lich, like, showing up to gank people? What the hell's going on in this game? Still is able to slow down Sword just enough for a Lance to come out. Attune now very healthy to continue this fight for Sword, and they'll destroy the trees, and we'll be able to put the Bat Rider in a body bag. Killing spree for Attune. Shesid's dropping low. Mogre's going to punch him down, but he's very low on mana. Sladin very low on health. Is going to throw out one more shock onto Wu. Won't do quite enough, though, as Mad Kings are just chain feeding on this bottom lane. If only there was a mid lane hero who can gank or something, but Medusa and Coddle just don't do that. Okay, everyone's done feeding. So they get 3 kills for 1. And Undying, if he had a lot more mana, could have done so much more there. But unfortunately, Decay level 1 has quite the cooldown. At least it feels like quite the cooldown when you actually need to cast it in those type of dire situations. But now there's... Why are there 4 heroes here now? What is happening? They're going to try to go for Sword one more time. He's going to take to this guy's Infernal Blade and the Lance coming in. He'll go down to the low ground, but still is going to get picked off by the AoE fire of the Scorched Earth. Guys, why didn't anyone say, oh, with this draft, obviously it's a quad safe lane, Coddle solo mid. I mean, obviously that's what it was. I should have seen it coming. I'm really just a shit tier caster for not recognizing that a little bit sooner. Mogre gonna get into a little bit of a fight here, going up against the Coddle. Very soft target, but is gonna try to focus onto Wu instead. With the shackles there, they'll bring him down, but in exchange for the tombstone, not for free. Sladin gonna taking a couple of right clicks on his way out. Mogre for the decays is gonna start punching fools, but can't really do much else. Will be the IO to wander into the wrong neighborhood. Will get picked off. Meantime, Langi is on top lane. Monkey King, now he's pretty darn happy. Has had a safe lane for free for like 3 minutes now after walking to the bottom lane. And of course mid lane is still a party for everyone involved. Not to just snake the Coddle. Dude, come on, man. He's actually going just for massive amounts of split shot over maxing out Mystic Snake. I'm pretty sure that's not the build. But man, this boy is just throwing snakes at that old man. This build is weird as hell from the Medusa, the skill build at least. But now here comes the 3-man wraparound onto Attune. Does have 1 doppelgang, does have a couple stick charges as well, but he'll get shackled first of all, letting Sword try to stack up with some napalm. Of course he can doppelgang it all away, so that's not going to be the best tool there. But now the Firefly is up. Sword with the decay is going to get the kill on that Phantom Lancer. Sladin's going to lock down the Doom so that Sword may try to escape into the trees, over the hills, and far away. Will be getting out of there. Tomoki is still chasing. 8 a neutral or something, one of those magic resistance neutrals, and is unable to do much. And now there's a tri-lane mid. What is happening? There's a top lane Radiant. Do you guys have an off lane? I know it's called the hard lane, but man, it's not that hard. Someone should probably go here because Langi is actually just having complete utter free farm. But they really just want to... When do you get to see this? Like, take a screenshot of this right here. Like, when do you get to see this ever? Now, the snake's gonna be thrown out. He'll get a little bit of extra mana here. The mana shield is on, but the Medusa is doomed. Hope for the deny, not gonna happen. Tombstone is deployed. That's not a high level. It's only level 2, and they're gonna dive in deep for Mogre. Guys, there's a tier 2 tower there. Be careful. Sladin is here with a little bit of extra disable, but Tomoki can't be stopped. This Doom is feeling invulnerable. There's a tier 3 there, bro. Sladin, you don't have any mana. Why doesn't he have any mana? Why isn't no one help? What is happening? I know, Lola. I know. I would be barking too if I was a dog. They kill off the Coddle, but man, like no one can help it. There's a dive going here. Why isn't Monkey King coming in? Why doesn't this guy have a TP? I am utterly confused. Hey, at least they're not pausing the game, right? Could be worse. Alright, it's time to go to the off lane, where the Monkey King has picked up Power Treads, and that's pretty much it. Of course, Battle Fury versus that Phantom Lancer is going to be the build. For Medusa, I would expect an Ags in this game. Really, really good up against that Phantom Lancer. Not quite as good as versus someone like a CK. That's really where Medusa is kind of broken. Medusa Ags, rather, is kind of broken. But, gonna go for the Mask of Madness first. Pretty standard Medusa fare. And hey, look, we have somewhat normal lanes. Coddle is power farming the hell out of this mid lane. You just Chakra Blast, rinse and repeat, Chakra Blast. Sometimes Double Blast, because you can. And yeah, you get your Aghanim Scepter pretty quickly. They were able to kill off the Coddle once, and that's all well and good. But again, the problem is here where it's like, yeah, congratulations, Coddle. You have the fastest Aghanim Scepter in recorded history, but it's like, what are you going to do with that? Are you actually going to push with that? The vision is really nice. The fact that you have Blinding Light and Recall up, it's like ghetto Boots of Travel. But unfortunately for him, he has no way of surviving this. Actually, is going to pick up Spear Form, is going to push Sword back. Sladin is still close enough for the Hex. Io's coming in as well, but the Lasso's still going to land. Not that much extra damage here. The Chain Frost is going to be deployed. Moger and Sladin both going to take one hit each. Here comes Tomoki with the Infernal Blade onto Moger. They'll just beat him down, and the Undying will fall. Sladin's going to try to TP out of here, and the Shadow Shaman's going to get doomed out of it. Not entirely sure if that's worth it, but man, that guy's super dead now. And the 4-man rotation towards mid is another success. I'm still not entirely sure why Langy is like not helping at all. I understand why Nod is not helping at all, because Medusa just picked up Mask of Madness, and that is not a fighting item for Medusa. Like, it's like a fighting item on like a Lycan or something, but on Medusa it's a farming item, so you just want to be AFK in the jungle. But ultimately, E-Wolves are actually getting a lot of value in this game. Now, there will come a point in this game where their lack of real hero from the mid lane is going to end up biting them. Like, right now, Coddle is having the time of his life. But imagine this game going 40 minutes, and it's like, what do you do, Coddle? What do you do then? You still normally get a lot of gold at that point, but the abundance of cores on the Mad King side, including a Monkey King and a Medusa, I would imagine should carry them quite far, but hell, I've been proven wrong time and time again in this particular game, so I'm not even going to try to make predictions as to what's going to happen here. It just seems like a fool's errand. Toon, he's going to get a little bit of free farm now on that bottom lane. Everyone's going to teleport up towards top. We got Blink Daggers queued up for both the Bat Rider and the Shadow Shaman. Yangi still has no interest in fighting at all, though he does have a Demon Edge now. Quite a bit of extra damage coming out of this MK. Should be about time for him to consider joining these fights if he wasn't, you know, just using teleport scrolls to get around and farm. Net worth wise, he's pretty much neck and neck with the Phantom Lancer, pretty much exactly what you would expect. It's just a matter of time before Sword gets that Blink Dagger. Once that happens, well, there will be an Io to try to help out. Io does have the bottle, going to be going for a mechanism shortly after, though he doesn't actually have any boots. That's pretty dangerous, and I bet he wishes he had. Actually, boots wouldn't have helped him here at all, because he's just going to get... Oh, dodges the Boundless Strike! Oh, Neo, you can dodge bullets. Chain Frost now can destroy Sladin and Liangyi both. Oh my god, the Io is a god. Confirmed. I mean, that was a little bit greedy from the Monkey King. He could have just boundless struck like a million years ago and just killed the Io instead of waiting for the full disable value. So they were kind of asking for it, but my god, that was not how that was supposed to go. Io for Monkey King is already a good deal. With a Shadow Shaman bonus on top, yes please, Elite Wolves will take that all day long. You're saying I can dodge Jingu? Alright, Sonic does have the Aghanim Scepter now up. I'm not entirely sure what you do with a core Coddle, if it's any different from a support Coddle. You know, like a GH Coddle. But we'll see. I'm gonna assume that Sonic knows what he's doing. Might be a dangerous assumption, not gonna lie. But not as happily farming, not quite to the level of that Phantom Lancer, and Liangyi's still working on that Battle Fury. That death, incredibly costly, and Toon gets yanked up to a top lane by that Coddle, is now gonna get yanked to the jungle. Okay, so they just like have Boots of Travels now on the Phantom Lancer. That's kind of sweet, man. Like, I'm not sure if this is worth the mid lane, but it's kind of kick-ass. Sonic's just gonna keep on pulling people in. They're actually just gonna 5-man. Like, they don't have tower damage worth a damn. They don't have any. but they're just gonna go for it anyway because Mad Kings aren't defending. In Battle Fury, once it comes out, Monkey King will be more willing to get involved in these engagements, but he's still not at a point where he has his ultimate yet, so he's still not super excited about joining these engagements. Mogre does have a maxed out Tombstone. With all these ranged heroes, it should be pretty easy for them to deal with that. Chesed is not in a good spot right now. He's super dead. Chain Frost will bounce over to the Ancients and farm some gold. Not bad. The Doom goes out into the Medusa, but she gets the Stone Gets up beforehand. And now here comes the Wukong's Command with the Doom stuck in the middle of everything, including the Serpent Wards. This is going to be a nice fight for the Dire. Tomoki dropping very low. Will get dropped. Sword dropping low pretty as well. And the Toon is going to doppelgang out, given the extra sustain and damage by Wu. Mogre and Nada not too healthy. Gotta watch out. They're all dropping fairly low. Another blast will come in as everyone on Mad Kings, everyone survives at just a beast stick of health. And now here comes the relocate. It's gonna be a Toon and Wu. Lance goes out to Mogre, will straight kill him off. They were not really sure if they should be fighting or not, and it turns out they should not have been, because they will take an absolute beating there. Mask of Madness Medusa, again, is not a fighting item. It is a farming item, and she is still very vulnerable, especially with only 3 points in the mana shield. She doesn't actually do a lot of damage, despite having that split shot maxed out, so it looks pretty good for Mad Kings, initially. But unable to actually get on top of the IO. They focus entirely on that Doom, and this is where the Lich comes into play. That ice armor helps the Doom survive for just a little while longer, making it so that they're kind of just wasting their time beating up against the biggest, tankiest hero. Of course, the Medusa was Doom earlier, gotta remember that as well. But Sladin is in a little bit of trouble, perhaps. Gets a short hex onto Tomoki. Sword is going to have to try and fly away. Lance will be thrown, will be dodged by a Blink Dagger. There's a tier 2 here, by the way. They just all forgot about this. Now they're going to go for it. They're actually just going to do this. And it's daylight as well. This is... I'm going to just say it's the fastest Ags on Coddle. I'm probably wrong. I didn't look it up, but I'm just going to say it is. And they're just going in. What the hell, man? Yo, they don't actually want to play this game anymore. They're like, we're tired of this. We got things to do. Let's go to a game 3, boys. Nada is very low on mana already. The blasts coming in will sustain the Phantom Lancer. At this point, with the Diffusal and Yasha, can do quite a bit of damage if he's allowed to build up an army. Up towards top lane, the Monkey King with Battle Fury is doing some work. Onto the tower with the catapult there. Is going to make sure that the team gets something. Fortification, OS Frog on the creeps will help them push in a little bit. But again, this is really where you wish you had a Terrorblade type hero. Toon is going to get shackled, Sladin pushed back into a compromising position. But Toon, though, just going to dive right in and shred the Shadow Shaman. Mogre is going to wander into the middle of everything and suffer a similar fate because he had no backup. Monkey King, where are you? They have a Monkey King, right? He's in this game. He's going to teleport back, but I think it's a little bit late. He's going to deploy the Circle of Goons. And it'll do about nothing because there's no more control because they all died. Sladin is going to get pushed back. Does deploy the Serpent Wards, but is going to get torn apart. Serpent Ward's still there. Toon is going to hit with the Boundless Strike. No one... Oh, actually, they will turn the Coddle to stone, but not enough damage there. This is actually working. I don't believe this. This game is so messed up on so many different levels, but Mad Kings are just scrambling for an answer. They definitely waited way too long to get going with this Monkey King. Like, he should have been there so much earlier. Doom now goes up into the Bat Rider. He will be able to restore himself back in his fountain, but with the sustain from the Coddle Blast, from the IO, they're just making it work, man. Nada's not doing nearly enough damage right now, and he's got to respect Tomoki. You can't pick a fight with that Doom, which is not going to happen. The melee racks are in trouble. 18 minutes in, the Coddle mid is working. That's the first and last time you're ever going to hear someone say that. And they'll take racks. Liangi's gonna try to creep cut, but it's way too late for that, bro. Does anyone know what's happening in this game? Because I am utterly confused. I am baffled. I'm sure Mad Kings are like, what the hell's going on right now? Yeah, so racks up. Phantom Lancer is swole as all hell. Sword already used the Blink Dagger to try to get in closer, so he can't actually go after Tomoki, who just picks up a Shadow Blade that should have been spotted. So they know exactly what the Doom is up to with his itemization. But Mad Kings, the lack of heroes, they were trying to defend their racks with 3 heroes. They were not taking that push seriously. Like, they did not expect that to work out. And you can't really blame them, but man, you gotta have a Monkey King in that engagement. Like, when they grabbed the Phantom Lancer like that, that's when you absolutely need to have your Monkey King be there. At least to try to get into a good position, try to get onto the IO, try to get onto the Lich. try to pressure them and make sure that there is not infinite sustain going into that Phantom Lancer. Otherwise, they'll just never die. And speaking of never dying, illusions don't die versus Roche anymore because Ice Frog decided that would be a good idea. So Roshan is going to do about no damage here. This is going to be a bit of a reprieve, though, for Mad Kings. Despite losing mid-racks, or a set of racks, they still have a Medusa, who is really good at dealing with super creeps, and a Battle Fury Monkey King, who is also pretty good at dealing with those. So they will be able to hold super creeps, and nighttime is going to be coming soon. So the push from the Elite Wolves side is really, really not good here once it's nighttime. I mean, yeah, Toon does have that Aegis. They'll be able to win a straight-up fight if they're able to initiate onto Nada, who doesn't have any help. Where's the backup here? Nada's going to get the Stone Gaze off, but is completely tapped out of mana. I mean, man, they can't make that slow push, but still, the Mad Kings are not going in at all. There's people in all these lanes and you're trying to defend mid. Why? Sword is going to drop, immediately forced to buy out. It's either you defend it or you don't, guys. There's no half-assing here. You already are racks down and melee racks down. You can't afford to just throw 2 heroes over in mid and expect that to work out. Top lane, push in one more time. The Monkey King. Please tell me you have a TP. Okay, he does. Blinding Light is there. Nada still can do quite a bit of damage if he actually had any mana to speak of. He'll make a couple of extra illusions here, and Atoon's durability is going to be a little bit of a problem here. Boundless Strike and the Bouncing Snake will do quite a bit of damage. Sword does have a Blink Dagger and a Lasso, but the Blink is canceled. Mogra drops a Tombstone, but he's going to drop even faster because there's, again, no backup. I don't know where the backup went. They're all chasing after the Doom, and they're not even going to be able to get him because the Shadow Shaman ran away because he's doomed. And now the Phantom Lancer is going to run in and just start wrecking face. Buyback is there from the Undying. Boundless Strike will take out the Aegis. With a big Light Blast coming in, landing onto 3. Langy's going to use an ultimate for reasons. It will do nothing. And now the Chain Frost is bouncing through. Mad Kings are getting destroyed right now. Okay. This is a full set of racks in the bottom lane. And this is them fighting during nighttime. Mad Kings at this point, I think, are too far behind. They can't answer this. The mid tower is going to be torn apart by Atoon and his Goon Squad. Oh, there goes the Goon Squad. Serpent Wards will be deployed as kind of a budget tower, but they don't have any ability to fight this. Like, the Blinding Light is so backbreaking. And of course, these constant blasts, just giant nukes coming in. This is the timing, and Snake will do quite a bit of damage, but again, look at Sliding just get obliterated by those Illuminates. Atoon will focus down the range racks, they'll take it down, and that's that. Mad Kings, I mean, half of this is just them not respecting, anticipating this type of playstyle, which is understandable because, honestly, who expects this? But half of it also is Mad Kings not respecting this current game. Like, I don't know why you would try to defend like that. I don't know why Moger is out by himself in the mid lane where the rest of his allies are like over here. Like, they're just not playing as a team, Mad Kings. And Elite Wolves with this draft are forced to play as a team because if they don't, they will just lose. So they're just working out well for them. They're getting away because they're getting free picks and they have the push power to back it up. They honestly shouldn't be getting like half of these free pickoffs, but they are. Secret Agent Coddle is on a mission.
Dire's middle barracks
Yo.
are under attack.
Yo, what the hell? What the hell just happened? What just happened? What was that?
Dire are scanning.
That's... He just got a gem. It's not like he's retrieving it. What was that? By the way, like, this is happening. No one of Mad Kings is defending their base. They're like, yo, Monkey King is not defending our base, so we're not going to defend their base either. Someone should probably deal with this, and it probably shouldn't be Sladden, because he's actually just going to lose versus these super creeps. This is not fair, man. You're supposed to be a hero. This is not heroic. Where's the backup? They're all coming back very, very slowly. Yeah, and now everyone is mounting an offense on top lane, where at this point, there's going to be an extra 4-star for the Coddle. with the mana leak, it might just instantly deplete the Medusa of her mana pool. She doesn't have a ton of int right now, so if you leak her, blinding light her, and force staff her, she might just be stunned. Like, she has no mana, and then at that point she's dead. But now, of course, the big threat is the fact that, hey, the OP heals are back. 100% of its value healed. I don't really know if Ether Lens is... I don't really know about that, but hey, why not go for anything and force Mad Kings to come to you? Here comes the wraparound. Mad Kings will launch one more desperate defense. Kill off Sonic, that will be huge, but there's not enough damage here. There's only a couple supports coming in from the back. Chain Frost will just destroy Sword as well as Slide in. The Wukong's command and the Medusa come in a little bit too late, though they will isolate the Phantom Lancer. He still has a lot of allies here to back him up. Doom's coming in from the back, and there's just no focus fire. Lanky's just standing in the middle doing literally nothing, and Nada is barely firing as well. Doom now goes off into the Monkey King, and they'll bring him down in a hurry. Medusa's now all alone. This is going to be a good game. In the most baffling game I've ever seen in my entire life, the Coddle mid lane. Yeah, the Coddle mid lane just won. This is like the narrowest of narrow timings. If they lose a single fight, the Elite Wolves just lose. Like, they can't come back once they're behind. That's not how this draft works. But they just didn't lose any fights because Mad Kings would just chain feed into them. I'm utterly confused, but Elite Wolves claim a victory, so I guess it works. It's gonna push it to a game 3, and this is like, you guys know how people are like, oh, you know, Drow Ranger, Broodmother, you gotta watch out for them because if you're not prepared, they're gonna kill you. Meepo as well. No, that's all trash. That is all just garbage because mid Coddle's where it's at. Last pick Io, just do it, man. I don't know, guys. I'm confused. Hopefully the last game I can wrap my head around. That one's gonna be coming up soon. I'm Mike Loris, and I don't know what's going on, but I do know what's coming. It's game 3. Don't go anywhere.